Hello, my name is Jonathan Romero, and today I'll be presenting to you my research article / Level A AICE Media Studies project. Sports has been something that has been used for many years or even not centuries. It's something that we tend to see around the world. There's been many sports that has been created, such as soccer, basketball, volleyball, baseball, track, you name it. And now with the rise of social media, sports is now becoming more popular. It's a form of way that athletes can communicate with their fans, where fans can see also what athletes are doing outside of sports, where since they have other hobbies, their lifestyle. We get to see more about their lifestyle and what they do on a daily basis. However, social media has not always been such a positive thing. There's been many times where unfortunately people tend to criticize those athletes, maybe mainly because they underperformed on a match or just did something that I guess doesn't support their viewpoint. And what people do is that they talk negatively about them, sending comments and just overall just sending hateful or negative stuff to those athletes. So what is there and what can student athletes do to overcome these, issues that, they tend to see on a daily basis? What I did to improve this research and just do overall my own research to bring awareness to this problem, I decided to interview multiple people, such as Gabriel Ortiz, who is a soccer player currently playing for Miami Lakes United, which are in the top 20 are all around the country, and HML coach Mariana Ochoa, who she played volleyball professionally at UCF and was honored in 2025 in the Hall of Fame of UCF volleyball. So do you think that social media has a positive or negative impact on athletes' mental health?
There's got to be some positive that goes with it. I'm not sure. I haven't figured out what that is. What I get concerned out now when I with my athletes nowadays, especially in high school, it's the constant looking for the feedback, the positive, feedback that if they post something, let's say from a match or a game, can a student athlete at this stage of their life, still adolescent, still developing, still kind of finding their way, can they take it as constructive criticism?
Me personally, I feel like it has a positive and also a negative. And I could give an example like Vinicius Jr. He played versus Benfica in a game, and there was another player that said a racist comment, and that also affected not only the other player but also his emotional mental health.
Another way that I provided more source on this topic is by doing my own research and conducting my own experiment on this topic. So what I did basically is that I contacted 20 athletes all in multiple schools and asked them to answer this survey that I created through Google Form, just to get a better idea and just to provide more information, because some of the information that I tend to see when I did my research is a little bit outdated just because of how old it is. According to my research, 36 often compare themselves to other athletes to social media. 36 believe that social media has affected their confidence when it comes to performing because of negative comments. 72% felt like they have felt a lot of pressure due to social media and because of that, which affected their performance. And 96 believe that social media is an issue and athletes should be educated about this topic. With these sources that I've provided, it comes to show how this issue is still growing, is still being seen often, and overall being impacted by many athletes. However, there are many solutions and ways that we can do to help prevent this and just help student athletes overcome these issues. One of the ways I believe is just talking to others, talking to the close ones in your family or friends, because at the end of the day, they're going to be the ones that are always going to be supporting you. And another way is just ignoring those comments. People are always going to talk, but they don't understand the shoes that you are, the position that you're in. But if you're a current student and you're doing sports or just a professional athlete and you're watching this, there's nothing wrong with seeking help. At the end of the day, you always matter, and your well-being matters as well. So don't let those negative comments affect you, and always push through and persevere, because only you know what you're capable of doing. And with that, I end this project. Thank you so much for hearing me out and watching my process, my thinking. And I hope you guys have a blessed day. Goodbye.